It's primary day. 6 states are voting right now. Alabama, Georgia, Idaho, Kentucky, Oregon, Pennsylvania. Let's run through this. Once again, this is Zach. Now, Georgia is the headliner. Governor Brian Kemp is term limited, and the mansion is going to be open. On the Democratic side, former Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms has led the polls but hasn't quite cleared 50%, which also pretty much means this is going to head to a runoff in June 16th specifically. Former DeKalb County Executive Mike Thurmond is the main alternative. There's also Jeff Duncan, who is a former Republican lieutenant governor who switched parties, and he's been making the electability argument. On the GOP side, Trump endorsed Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones. But don't forget, billionaire healthcare CEO Rick Jackson dropped $80 million of his own money and is pulling neck and neck with Jones. There's also Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger. You might remember that man who told Trump, when Trump said, "I just want to find 11,780 votes," that he was wrong, and also ran in his own party's primary? Who knows? Also on the Georgia ballot, which is very important, the U.S. Senate primary. Jon Ossoff is running unopposed on the Democratic side as the incumbent. He is one of the most vulnerable Democratic incumbents in the country. Republicans are fighting over who gets to take him out. Mike Collins leads, but no one's near 50%. And there are 2 Georgia Supreme Court seats where Democrats are trying to flip the court after all of SCOTUS's garbage rulings. Democrats have driven record early vote turnout in Georgia. Go Dems! Nearly 1 million ballots before today, with a 15% Democratic turnout advantage over Republicans. Keep the wave going, brothers and sisters. Then there's the turtle, Mitch McConnell, who is done. He held that Kentucky Senate seat for 41 years. A Democrat hasn't won it since 1978, and yet Democrats are running 4 serious candidates for it. Former State Representative Charles Booker, former Marine fighter pilot Amy McGrath, who failed to beat him in the last election, Air Force Colonel and State Representative Pamela Stevenson, and then there's also Louisville horse trainer Dale Romans. There's a little Kentucky Derby happening at the polls today. A blue wave and a purple state could shake D.C. But the race everyone is watching today is Kentucky District 4, Thomas Massie versus Ed Gallrein. Massie is one of the few House Republicans who has actually voted against Trump's agenda. Trump endorsed Gallrein, a former farmer and former Navy SEAL, to replace him. Trump once referred to Gallrein as a warm body. This is a test today of whether Republican voters follow Trump's revenge tour into their own backyard. It seems like Massie is in real trouble. Now, Alabama is just a mess, but that's a lot by design. 4 of 7 congressional primaries were rescheduled because of SCOTUS's redistricting chaos. States rushing to redraw maps after the Supreme Court gutted Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act. The governor's race is open, since incumbent Kay Ivey is term limited. Former Senator Tommy Tuberville is running. Yes, the man who blocked military promotions for 1 year. Tuberville is polling at 65% in the Republican primary. If the GOP's gerrymandering upsets you, vote these MAGA chuds out. Oregon's Republican governor primary shows real movement, and Oregon has been drifting purple in statewide races. Pennsylvania's gubernatorial primaries are essentially uncontested, but Pennsylvania District 07 has a competitive Democratic primary and is a genuine pickup opportunity in November. In Idaho, Jim Risch is the U.S. Senate Republican incumbent, running essentially unopposed. I mean, one of the Democrats is actually listed as Nicholas 007 Bonds. He deserves to lose. Every state that has held a primary in 2026 has seen a Democratic turnout surge. Now Georgia is showing a 15-point Democratic early vote advantage. This is what happens when a president guts healthcare, starts a war with an empty petroleum reserve, gives $1 trillion to the top 1%, and sues himself for $1.7 billion while you pay for it. If you were in one of those 6 states and you haven't voted, you still got time. Check your polling hours, go to your local polling stations, vote. We will be watching today. Please subscribe, share, like, and fight for democracy, and vote.